The only local news teams taking action for you. KIMA KEPR Action News starts now.
Coming up this morning on Action News, the Yakima Union Gospel Mission is suing the state, hoping to stop the enforcement of the anti-discrimination law that limits their ability to hire staff that adhere to their beliefs. Saying states around the nation have exemptions, why not Washington? We'll get you up to speed. Plus, it's waterfowl hunting season, but before you head out, officials are asking that you refresh yourself on the latest rules and regulations, which saw some changes recently, one of which hopes to curtail any possibilities of poisoning birds. And the 36th annual Mid-Columbia Duck Race layered the river in rubber ducks, but the one who made it to the finish line first now has their new car. And while they celebrate, charities across the Tri-Cities are doing the same thing after seeing their piece of the money raised. We'll have that story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, I got to say, that's a pretty cool prize for winning a little race. You don't even have to do a whole lot of work in that race. You just put the duck in and let it go. So that's a pretty cool prize there.
Yeah, really great prize, and congratulations to the winner.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't wait to kind of share more of the details about how much some of these charities are going to be getting, too, because it was a pretty large pot that the money they raised this year. So we'll talk about that shortly as well. Let's jump right over to weather, though. We'll start first thing here. Sunny, not sunny. It's dark out.
Yes.
But we're not going to have a whole lot of sun today. I know the clouds started rolling in yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and I saw a little bit of some wet spots overnight.
Yes, we did see some of that rainfall overnight. Now, today I do believe we will see some sun breaks out there, but it is certainly not going to be a sunny day. I would say that in terms of precipitation, Yakima has a pretty good chance to stay dry throughout the course of this day as we take a look outside at Yakima. For the Tri-Cities, a few spotty showers here and there may be possible, with a good chance of rainfall sticking around throughout the day for Blue Mountain adjacent communities, including Walla Walla and Pendleton. We're also going to be looking at some of those sun breaks, especially for the Tri-Cities westward. For Walla Walla and Pendleton, I would anticipate just a gray day, that it will be pretty soggy. But of course, we'll talk more about that as we go later into the newscast. Right now in Yakima, we are starting off with some clouds overhead. Temperatures are in the upper 40s at this point. Here's a look at your weather headlines today and moving forward. Spot showers are going to be possible today and tomorrow, as I was just referencing. Temperatures will be turning much cooler. That's really going to be starting today, and then seasonal weather will continue through the weekend and into next week. We'll talk more about all three of these weather headlines coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Yakima County. Search efforts are underway after a Navy jet crashed east of Mount Rainier yesterday afternoon. The plane was an EA-18G Growler from the Naval Air Station Whidbey Island. It's an airborne electric attack aircraft that was on a training mission. So far, it's unknown whether the crew survived the crash. Search and rescue crews, including a Navy MH-60S helicopter, have been trying to find the crew and examine the crash site. At this point, it's not known what caused the jet to crash. The Yakima Union Gospel Mission is suing the state of Washington over hiring practices. The mission provides homeless shelter, addiction recovery, and other services. Employees at the mission are required to live out Christian beliefs. On October 11th, a hearing was held where attorneys for the group Alliance Defending Freedom asked the court to stop the state from enforcing the anti-discrimination law during the case. The law limits the nonprofit's ability to hire employees who share its Christian beliefs, and attorneys say this case is about religious organizations' right to hire staff who live out their faith, a right protected in every other state.
Washington state simply is an anomaly. It's a state that doesn't have a protection for religious employers anymore, and that's why we've had to go to federal court to ensure the mission's First Amendment rights are protected moving forward.
Now, Reed said if the court rules in favor of the Yakima Union Gospel Mission, the mission and other groups in Washington can be assured they can keep hiring employees who share their beliefs, as they have for decades. The city of Pasco is using a $2.1 million grant to improve traffic signals at an intersection. The Sandiford Parkway and Road 76 intersection will get a new traffic signal, sidewalk extensions, and marked crosswalks, among other improvements, including signal coordination with nearby Road 68. It's also expected to improve access to the library and area businesses. The project is set for completion in 2027. Waterfowl hunting season is in full swing, but before you head out, you're encouraged to brush up on the latest regulations from the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. Key requirements include wearing fluorescent orange for safety, ensuring that hunters seeking geese have passed an exam, and the use of non-toxic shots. Sergeant Scott Schrader from the Washington Fish and Wildlife Police say that's required to avoid lead poisoning in the species.
Trying to I guess, curtail the amount of lead that's in the that's in the habitat, and that's just alone will save a lot of birds, especially with some of the habitat issues that we're dealing with and other disease issues that that they have currently.
Now, Sergeant Schrader says there are some changes, especially in western Washington, such as stricter daily limits for certain bird species. He says before you head out hunting, you should check your licenses, follow equipment rules, know the area, and be aware of species limits to avoid violations. For more information, visit the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife website. The Wapato School District hosted their Healthy Choices Night yesterday. The goal of the fair was to help inform and provide families with resources to aid their physical and mental health. Over 20 resources and organizations were there, including the Yakima Nation Behavioral Health Services, Wapato Fire Department, and the Yakima County Sheriff's Office.
So this event started really small. We just had an idea. We pitched it to our district admin, and they're very approving of all the stuff that we would like to do to help benefit our students, staff, and community. And it started out really small. We just had probably about 7 vendors and some breakout sessions, and now it's grown into this huge event.
Now, this event was organized by the counselors at the Wapato School District, and some of those counselors, like Ms. Adams, have been helping with the event since it first started. And finally, the winner of the Mid-Columbia Duck Race now has their grand prize, a new car. The grand prize winner, Olga Martinez from Pasco, won a new 2024 Toyota Corolla Cross gifted by the Toyota of Tri-Cities. This is the 36th year of the annual Duck Race, and this year's race ticket sales come to a grand total of $181,140 raised to support charities chosen by the 5 Rotary Clubs of Tri-Cities.
Toyota has been our premier sponsor for 19 years now, and they've offered up a variety of cars for us each year type of thing. We've had trucks, we've had cars, all beautiful vehicles, and we just really appreciate it. It's an incentive for people to buy tickets. I mean, for those who are looking at this as a lottery prize, that's exactly what it is. And if it gets them to buy the tickets to support our fundraising, great.
I've always bought the raffle tickets ever since I moved to Pasco about 8 years ago. I never expected to win the grand prize. I always thought I would win the other prizes, but this was just totally a big surprise.
Now the duck that was in the window of that new car was hers, the winning duck there. Martinez also tells us she bought 10 tickets for $10 each. Now, Jefferson, let's talk weather here, because having a brand new car is going to come in handy, because you might need to, turn on the windshield wipers or do anything. I mean, I have a car that doesn't have the windshield wipers 100% right now, so it's always good to have new stuff.
Well, luckily the rain isn't going to be too big of a concern moving forward. We did see a lion's share of the rain last night. Now, I would say that for Blue Mountain adjacent communities like Walla Walla and Pendleton, those windshield wipers may come in handy today, because we are going to continue to see showers throughout the day. Now, for the Tri-Cities, Yakima and Ellensburg, some showers here and there, some spotty isolated showers certainly in the cards, but it is not going to be a terribly wet day by any stretch of the imagination. We'll take a look at the Storm Tracker Futurecast. We'll discuss winds for today. We'll also discuss a major cool down. All of that is coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. The time now is 5:08. Coming up on KEPR KIMA this morning, thousands of students in Yakima are getting a glimpse into different paths in life as they get ready to start their journey. At the Sundome, colleges and careers alike, giving students more information as they choose where to focus their future. We'll talk that after the break, but later in the show, national news. A former Nevada politician is expecting to hear how long he'll be in prison after being found guilty of the murder of an investigative reporter. He claims he was framed. We do have to take a quick break, but stay with us. The show is just getting started, and we'll be right back.